Hi friends, welcome back. Bill McCabe here. And we're going to continue this block of demonstration that we started a few weeks ago with the number 2 stick form, which is a stick form that allows you to choreograph and perfect the underlying basics of fundamental disarming techniques. And just by way of refreshing, we refer to the form as año dos. We can call it kata number 2 or just stick form number 2. It's okay to do that. And the context of the form is this. It's the attackers are doing the 12 basic strikes against you, and then you're executing a sequence of body movements, engaging the strikes, disarming the strikes, and countering. So each of the segments of the kata is one of 12 segments, and in each of the 12 segments you have a detection of an attack, an angular adjustment to the attack, a disarm to the attack, a control move, and a response. And we've talked in the previous videos that these are basic responses, okay? And what you're trying to develop is a good set of basics that you're intimately familiar with, and you use those basics to develop more efficient and advanced technique over time. So always bear that in mind as we do this. And at various points I'll demonstrate some of the more efficient variations of the things that these lead to over time. Okay, so having said that, we're going to review what we did up until now, and the premise here is we're going to teach 3 of these segments with each video. And over the course of 4 videos, you'll have all 12 segments and the kata put together. So what we did last week was this. From starting position, first attack comes in, we block, disarm, and counter. Second attack comes in, block, disarm, counter. Third attack comes in, block, disarm, and counter. Okay, now here's where we pick up. I'm going to go from here into today's learning block, which is the next 3 moves. So I'm going to show you the moves first to show you how they lay out within the context of the form, and then we'll break them down individually. So move number 4 is an attack as I move forward, an attack to my right side. I block it, control, arm bar, turn the person over, and counter. As I'm doing that, this buddy comes in to the vulnerable target here. I block, capture, down his arm, counter over the top. Okay, now we're going to have a directional shift. I've just crossed the middle of the form, and we're having another angular attack, which is attack number 6, coming from this direction. I sense the attack coming. Why am I looking in that direction? Because I've just come from this direction. I've just seen the whole middle part of the form. There's no attackers over here. But here's my blind spot. I glance. Here comes the attack. I cover, block, disarm, and counter. So that's what we're working on today. And I've asked Sid Olufs to assist me. Sid, say hi to our friends if you will. And Sid, I'm going to, actually I'm going to make an adjustment here. I'm going to have the one camera go a little bit more laterally, if you will. And Sid's going to do a number 4 strike. Now let's do that in my pelvis, okay? There's the strike. Okay, so he goes back. I just gotten this buddy. He comes in with the strike. There's my block. Again, come. There's my block. That's the number 4 block against the number 4 strike. And we can talk about the striking techniques and the basic blocks in a different video. You can go visit those, or maybe if I think of it, I'll attach it somewhere to the end of this. But there are other videos uploaded that address them. So again, he comes with number 4. Here's my control. I do a quick strike. Now the strike could be any number of things here. As he will do this in slow motion. See, I could be striking at his free hand. Or I could be striking into the bony surface on the left side of his face. Or I could be striking on his sternum. You have various things that you can do. The objective, though, is for me to get control of him right after that quick hit. And here's the control. I'm going to do it in slow motion so you can see it, and then we'll do a close-up of this. I roll him down, breaking his balance, and if I choose to, I have a free hit right here. I have to thank Sid for that, because it's still fun having the pressure point trigger as you're being rolled over like that. But let's do it again. We'll do ultra slow motion. We'll talk about the dynamics here. I block, I counter. Now, bring the camera, the front camera in close, if you will. Now I'm going to have a side camera just go 90 degrees out there, and that's perfect. And Terry, bring this over here. First of all, notice that I've got the stick horizontal. Let me take this away from me, please. I'm on his body. Okay? It's horizontal on his body. If it's here, I don't have leverage. If it's here, I don't have leverage, as you can see. But horizontal locks to the body, and it locks to the point 3 fingers above the elbow. And you can see that in this particular video shot. My free hand goes around. This is called the live hand. It's very soft. You can sort of see this. And what I'm doing here is I'm going from the 3 o'clock position to the 6 o'clock position. And I want you just to go with me on this so I don't put too much stress on your arm. To the 6 o'clock position, and I'm down here. Okay, and take a good shot of that hand. You can sort of see how I'm controlling that. And if I push down on this, you can see how much more pressure I can put on that. I can actually take him down to the ground with this. And some people will do that. They'll walk the person down to the ground like this. Okay. I'm going to relax a little bit. I want Sid to stay right there. In the form, the counter that you do here is a quick hit to the exposed head. And then down. There's many other counters that you can do, and we'll talk about that at another point in time. But the geometry of the form and the story of the form is you do the block, the control, the kick, and then you're ready for the next attack or come in. So if you'll step back just a tad, and from that position there, thank you. So Sid, if you'll stand on this line, that way we have a good cross view of the cameras. I just kicked his button, and he's coming in with a thrust. It could be a thrust here. This is a thrust in the, I think it's called the zygomatic process. I hope that's right.
Xiphoid process?
Thank you. Xiphoid process. Zygomatic. It sounds like a code. And if you know how to attack it, you do. And you know, Sid's actually putting pressure on it. It doesn't have to be that. He can go from the rear, he can actually go up into a more exposed target, or a bony target, or a more vulnerable target, or a more soft target. And all those are possibilities. But within the context of the form, the move is he's coming up the center line to my solar plexus. There's my block. It's called the chicken wing block. And Terry, I'm going to have you go off his left shoulder so everyone can see this. And he comes forward, chicken wing block. Okay, again, see the block. Now go back to the other side for a little bit and Sid, stay right where you're at. He comes forward, chicken wing block. Here's the caption. Just like with number 4, you're learning this crane technique. With number 4, we're going under the arm. With number 5, we're going above the arm. So I'm capturing and I'm cradling the arm, then I'm reinforcing it using the same point that I was putting pressure on with number 4, 3 finger widths above the elbow to bring him down. And typically what I would do in a self-defense situation is I would snap the arm like that, and you can see the power that you have. But I'm just using it here to just stay right where you are, just nice and relaxed. I don't want to put pressure on this. And just go down a little bit further. And that's where the target becomes exposed, and there's the hit. Okay? One more time. comes in, nice and slow, around, down, and hit. Okay, so that person's been addressed. So that's number 5 in the sequence of the form. Attack number 6 is about to come, and Sid's going to reposition, and camera number 2 is in the correct spot right there. And Sid's angle is I just took care of his buddy. He's coming up from the my blind spot, and that's where he wants to get me, okay? The thing about a form like this is that if you let yourself become aware of what's happening and what the story is within the form, you will always know where your blind spot is. So I know instinctively after I do this, because I just came from that direction, and I know who's over there, that the imminent threat is not there. I know that the imminent threat is going to be here, and I know almost instantly to glance there, see what's happening. Here he comes. Here's my block. So I change my geometry by angling away from his power, and I capture his stick. When we talk about this next move in video number 1 of this sequence, so you go back and talk about it at considerable length there. We'll revisit what I said, but you capture the stick, you go under here, and you go all over, and watch. At the point where they're both horizontal to the ground, a release will occur. Okay? Now we're going to do this again. It comes in, turns, block, there's the move. And they're horizontal to the ground. You see my left hand is going down and my right hand is ascending. And they meet at 9 o'clock, horizontal to the ground. If they meet at 12 o'clock, nothing happens, no letters. If they meet at 6 o'clock, his arm can curl around it. If they meet at 9 o'clock, his arm is stuck. That takes about 6 months to perfect. But I assure you that once you get it, life will be good. Okay? You have to trust me on this. If you don't have the inclination to learn it, though, that's fine. And there's many other things you can learn that are equally effective. Okay, one more time. He comes in, block, capture, result, and watch. I'm looking for options to counter. I have a low possibility or a high possibility. The counter in the form is the high counter. In reality, you can counter any way you want. Okay, but in the form, it's a head strike, my right hand striking to his head. So he comes in again, down, capture, put that circle of power, and loop it in, and count. And remember that theory, you want the camera right to touch the axis so you can see the angle here, and you can see how I'm getting power into the strike. See, I'm whipping my body forward as I'm swinging toward it and driving the strike through. Okay. So there you have the next 3 sections of the form. And as I did in the first breakdown of the first 3 sections, I'm going to show you, where this can lead. As you develop these more efficiently over time into more efficient techniques, you'll see clearly how the basics can feed more advanced concepts. So, Sid, if you'll come in one more time. I have side camera over here and that camera over here. So we have 2 good angles. Okay, so he does number 4 strike, which is here. So you saw what we did a second ago, right? I can swing this in and out. Again, he comes in here. I can drive against his thumb. Do a counter under his arms. They don't do anything yet right now. And go behind him and do a takedown from the rear. Okay? I can do a soft release. Now watch this. See it? Soft. See, the first time I struck, this time I just pressed a little bit harder. Like this thing. And watch the countering. Wind up the final Tibet as it's going around and finishing out the whole. Reverse head takedown. And he comes in again. Drop like that. Comes in again. Block this way, which is basically the same block, but I'm doing it with a free arm. I can hurt something. You're sticking the attacking there, so I had to do something. In, around, strip this arm. In, around, variation of strip this arm after a hit. Okay. Again. In. Just relax it. I don't want to hurt your wrist. See it? And you can go on. And what I usually tell people is that for each type of technique, I'll have anywhere from 15 to 35 possibilities. And out of those 15 to 35 possibilities that I've developed over time, I will tend to favor 3 to 5 of them. So 3 to 5 will usually be my favorites. And you'll find that within yourself too. What you want to have is a toolbox of potential responses. And then from within that toolbox, you'll pick out the ones that you like the most. If you like screwdrivers or pliers or whatever it is, those are the ones that they'll be your go-to tools. But you can't know for sure what your go-to weapons are until you've experimented enough. And we're helping you work through that process of experimentation with these demonstrations. So number 5, he comes in, and you're going to sit in this one. Okay, and on the count, number 5 again, comes in. This time on this arm, doing a different count. He comes in, here, different this arm. Comes in, here, different this arm still. I don't want to hurt you. Count. Comes in again, in. Comes in again, check. You get the idea. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. It's just miraculous how many possibilities there are, how many ways you can combine these things. But what you'll discover as you do these combinations is that over time, there's underlying principles. There's maybe 7 to 13 different energies that you begin to identify. And once you identify what those energies are, it doesn't matter what technique you're doing because you're seeing them only as underlying energies. That, by the way, is how Tai Chi operates. So you might be well served to explore Tai Chi at some point in time if you haven't done that. As you can see, I have a close affinity with Tai Chi. Okay, so over here, let's take a look at number 6 before we wrap up today. So he comes in, number 6. Same thing as what we did before. I go from here to the drop down. Comes in, check, strip. Comes in, rock, around, strip. Comes in, over, strip. Comes in here, number 4. So one last one. I think we've got enough to think about with this last one. So comes in on this side, I hit it here, come around, watch my hand. Okay, here it comes. Okay, one more time, he holds it, I bring it in, and yank it. It's an angle that I keep retaining grip on. And I just relax my weight down and just thank you very much. If you will. I actually covered a lot more of it than I was planning on covering, but once that computer gets working, I've learned to go with the flow. So there's a lot of content on this particular video, and I feel really good about that. So I know I'm giving you something good. I'm not going to give you junk. So you take this, and we always talk about this. If you find a pearl somewhere, you take it, and you put it in your pocket, and you protect it. You make sure that you keep it so that you can take it with you from here on. I hope that's what you do with some of this stuff. Okay, till next time, stay well.